Hey guys, Riz here, another achievement guide for Darksiders 3 4. We're going to be going for the Humanitarian achievement, which is finding all 20 humans. And along the way, you'll grab your achievements for 15, 10, and 5 as well. And your first one. So, I'm going to be finalizing this video and finishing up with this for you guys and showing you the rest of them. So your first one's pretty story related here. It's pretty unmissable. And I'll be walking you through the rest of the guides through in the order they are in per area. Does not exactly mean that you'll be able to get them right off the bat, because you'll be doing some backtracking in order to get the rest of these humans with your abilities you have unlocked later on in the game after fighting the bosses. So I'm just killing time right here so I get time to tell you guys and talk about the intro. You're gonna a little bit what's gonna be happening. So I'll be walking through this and I will show you exactly where all 20 are in order that they are in what you would kind of find them if you had all the powers to begin with, so to speak, if that makes sense. So your first one is right when you jump down here in this hole, you will automatically get a cutscene and automatically get this achievement and save your first human all by yourself. So there is that one for you. That is 1 out of 20. Your second one here, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the Maker's Forge area. Now, you cannot get this one until you get your Fire Hollow. Once you get your Fire Hollow, you'll be able to get this one. It's kind of a sneaky one in a way. You basically got to go up to the Maker's area, and you got to go around this little bridge and follow the path as it takes you up through the trees. You got to do some swinging areas, and you'll eventually, at the end of all this crap, you will find another human hidden all the way up and around here. So you're going to use your swing, and you have webs here to burn, and I've already done that. So you're going to burn those webs. You're going to progress through here. You're going to follow this tree up and around with this loading time. You're going to wait, of course, which is always lovely. Anyway, you'll follow up and around to the left, and you'll look to your left and up, and you will see some swinging branches. So go ahead and double jump and fire jump to get a little extra boost, and you make your way down the right hand side of this tree over here. Just follow all the way down. You have this linear path here in front of you. Just keep following it until you reach the end. You'll have some enemies along the way and some items to grab as well. This is also a pretty good guide if you want to see where areas are that you might not have seen before with items in it. And you also have probably angelic and demonic artifacts for those achievements as well if you've been missing those. Some of these hidden paths have that, so you'll be able to also grab those for your achievements as you progress through these areas. So I'm going to go through these areas and just take them out as fast as I can. Just kill these guys along the way. You're going to watch for that shadow fucker, because those things are super annoying. You're going to follow this path all the way up, around like this before, down there, all on the sides, and then all the way up here. Follow it all the way up. Just take this all the way up and to the left. You have some more annoying guys up here in your way. Some of my favorites with their little mace and throwing crap. So make sure you get these guys out of your way, because they're definitely an annoyance. So you're just going to follow us over your left. Right here behind this wooden pile is another human. So go ahead and save your second human, and we'll be heading on to our third human. Now there are a total of 6 humans in this first area total, so keep that in mind. Now this isn't until you get the Storm Hollow, which is right across from the Maker's areas you saw me before. You can just take the Maker's spawn area and just follow it down to the buildings, and you'll see the whirlwind for the storm, and you'll just fly on up here. Now I'm going to run through this area and show you where this human's at. It's pretty much along the way to where you're going to want to, investigate the area and check it out. There's also some fragments over here. I'm pretty sure there might be a demonic or angelic artifact along the way in this path, so keep that in mind for those achievements as well. There's also all kinds of goody hidden stuff over here. And there also is another little blister thing that you can break and knock down later on in this area once you have your Force Hollow. So you're just going to follow this path around down over here. You're just going to jump across the building, and you will have your third human. We'll be getting on to the fourth human, and that's where I got my fifth human. So they're out of order from what obviously I got them because of the way you unlock your abilities, and you won't be able to come back until you at least got your Storm Hollow. Moving on to number 4 from the Maker's area again. I'm going to be going down this elevator, and I'm going to be showing you where this fourth human is hidden. You will not be able to get this fourth human until you have your Force Hollow, because it's hidden behind one of those cluster walls that you have to break using your charge attack. So we'll take this extremely long ride down here. Take a little nap along the way if you so will please, because it is definitely a long wait. So once you reach the bottom, I'm just going to head on back. It's basically in the diagonal path right here. Just take more of a right here. Don't look over to the left too much. It's over here to the left, but not that far to the left. You just got to kind of follow this diagonal path that's right across from the lift, straight diagonal. There'll be a cluster on this wall here. Break that with your force hollow. Come on in through here, and your human will be on to the right hand side, right after I pick up this angelic artifact. Head on in through this doorway here, and you'll have your 4th out of 20 human. We'll be moving on to the 5th and 6th, which is on the north side of the area, which is pretty cool that there is 2 of them side by side here. So 5th and 6th. Now you'll be able to get the 5th human without any powers at all whatsoever. But I decided to save this area because you won't be able to access this area until later on in the game. Once you have your force hollow, and you'll be able to burn those webs that are right next to the maker's elevator. You'll be able to burn those webs and make your pathway to this area. And once you get this area, the teleporter is going to be directly behind me. You're going to want to come across all the way over here. Take out any annoying guys along the way, because these guys are definitely a pest, especially when I get that human that's also right behind that wall over there. So it's good if you kind of save that 4th human and this 6th human for this same time frame, because you cannot access them both until you have your force hollow. So I'm going to get rid of this annoying little, this annoying little piece of crap. Hate them teleporters. You're just going to jump down this little area down here, and you're going to turn around, and you're going to see a hole in the wall, and you're going to crawl through this hole, follow the path, pretty linear here, and there is going to be a human in the back. So I'm going to show you real quick after I grab this, and it's also a sliver of adamantine for you. So you go ahead and grab that and the human, and there's my achievement for 30 slivers. I'm going to run back to the teleporter, and I'm going to show you where this is at if you're still confused yet. Just to be extra detailed in this guide for you guys, I don't want you guys to get lost or confused where I'm at if I'm jumping around too much. I'll also be at the teleporter again for the next human, which is literally just right over here to the left hand side behind that wall you got to break. So I'm going to head to the teleporter over here. Once you figure out where this teleporter is at, you shouldn't have any problem finding this area. It's a pretty big open-end area over here, and this is where you'll come across to find the teleporter. So you have 5 out of 20 humans, not bad. You should get your 5 as a crowd achievement as well at this point, if not earlier, depending upon what you've grabbed and what you've missed. So we're going to be going for the 6th human, which is still right here. In the same little area on the north end. Like I said, I'm being extra careful and making it sure it's slow enough for you guys to follow. I don't want to be rushing through this and leaving out anything too much here for you guys. I mean, there's a couple areas that aren't the greatest, and I do my best to explain them, because for the most part they are on the pathway, so I didn't really go into too much area locating for you. As long as you know the vicinity of where it's at, you should be able to find them with no problem. Like I said, you're going to use your force hollow to break this doorway here, this little clustered up door, and inside is your 6th human. Almost halfway there, guys. Not too bad. Pretty easy so far, I would say. This isn't too bad, and there's also a nice little cluster in there for you. Moving on to the 7th human, we are going to be in the splintered area here, and this is just right down the first area of the spawn you will get. Now this is progression to the story, so you'll come across this area as it follows to make that to your boss fight. So you're going to jump down here, and there's going to be a hole in the wall down here, and you're just going to crawl through, and you're going to find your 7th human. Pretty easy, right next to the locator of the spawn, not too far away. We will be moving on to the 8th human, which isn't too far after it. So once you do some progression, you'll be coming to this area after you jump down this waterfall. So technically, This is after you've beaten Avarice, and you'll have your Fire Hollow finally. You'll be able to come across, you'll burn those webs, and you'll go up, and you'll crawl through a hole, and then you'll end up fighting some enemies along this waterfall pathway, and then you'll jump down, swim underwater to the pathway to come across this area, but you'll come across this area of the spawn for Vulgrim as well. And the human is just right up these stairs, right before you progress to your area to fight Sloth. Pretty easy, not too hard to miss. So make sure you know that you cannot get this human until after you have beaten Avarice. Just show you once more because I didn't know who was here. I did this the first time. It's also another sliver for you. Like I said, watching these guides and my other guides, just cross-watch my guides if you want information and locations of more pieces and slivers and fragments and all that good stuff and artifacts. They're in most of these videos, so watch them to find all this good stuff. So number 9, moving on, is also Rejuvenation Coin in the back here. Moving on to number 9, which is a bit further on ahead, you'll come across this darkened area that is completely blacked out, and you'll come to another Vulgrim station. And once you get to that Vulgrim station, you will come across this area to the left hand side. You'll follow this path and circle it all around to the left, and you will see this train that's tilted, encased in all this eggs and all this crap. You're just going to climb up in here and into the back over here, and there will be human inside of here as well as a demonic artifact. Now when I do the next human location, I will tell you what this is called, this area. I didn't remember it offhand, but I will go back to the spawn once I grab the last 2 humans in this area. So there are 4 humans total in this area, so keep that in mind. So you have 6 and you have 4. So at the end of these, you'll have a good amount by the time. It's not called the Splittered Station. My bad. I'm pretty sure it is the Cistern one. I didn't get a chance to read it. I'm sorry. There's a spawn for that makes this a lot easier. This is not the closest spawn to that. So keep that in mind. It's just as you progress. This is the area where you fight Sloth. You will not be able to come across that fallen train area until you've beaten Sloth. So I just remember that this was quicker for me because I didn't remember what the other one's called. But once you find the other one, you'll be able to spawn near the other one. It's the spawn right before you come to fight Sloth, the closest spawn. So keep that in mind. You will not be able to access this area until you have your Force Hollow. You will be able to get up there if you don't end up getting killed up in the area after the spider catches you. You will be able to actually get these humans, but if you end up dying at any time up there at this point, you will not be able to come back until you have your Force Hollow. So just follow the path as I am, but if you want to follow the other path, it's directly behind me, all the way back there. Just follow that path straight and to the right, and then straight again up to here is where I'll be at. So you use your Force Hollow to break this wall, and you'll end up running through this area up here. Just jump up here. Just follow this path. It is a bit confusing, so you'll just jump up it again, and you'll crawl up this little hole. Follow this hole through here. Now I will be getting the one that's on the right hand side first, and then jumping down and showing the other one. So you're just going to follow this path to the right, all the way to the right. Stick all the way to the right. Don't make any turns. Keep turning right. Follow this path and just keep going right all the way in the back here. You will see this open area here. You just jump over this wall in the back. As you can see, there's a hole in the wall in the back, so make sure you jump over that. And at this point, you should hear a human screaming and talking for help. She's basically right up there on top of this cliff. So double jump, fire jump, all the way up there. Rescue her. So there was my human achievement for 15 humans, and also a demonic artifact. Now from this location, I am literally going to just jump down, follow the path to the left here a little bit. I'm going to run around and backtrack just a little bit, follow the path all the way till you get to this open room here. You'll see a couple holes in the floor. Follow the path on the right hand side and jump down. Follow this all the way through into the back. This is a pretty big area and it's pretty hidden away, and I did not think to jump down here, so therefore this will be my last human location because I was completely unaware that this hole even led anywhere, and I thought led down to the floor below. So follow this path as I am all the way into the backhand side. It's pretty straightforward. It's a one-way path. Follow around to the back, jump up to the left-hand side, and you'll come to this little area where these guys are in here. And the human is literally right here, hidden in the dark. So make sure you turn around and grab that guy. And that is where I got my last human. Not bad, not bad at all. Now we are in the Bonelands. We are on the festering pond area. Now this is progression into the area. You'll take some time to get to this area, but once you finally get to this area, you will know where I am, and there will be a nice little battlefield out here with angels and demons fighting. So once you move this little creature over here to the backhand wall, you'll be able to jump up here. So make sure you just follow this path, double jump up here. Stick to the left hand side here. For that griffin could come down and attack me, but I'm just gonna stick to the left hand wall so it ignores me, because some things can be a pain in the ass. So you'll be coming this way to progress the story and checking everything out anyway and grabbing all your stuff that you need. Now you'll see that humans right there behind that fence. You'll basically follow through here and come through this building, come all the way in the back here and make a left through this doorway. And you'll also be moving this thing, which is all the way in the back to start with, but you're going to move it forward. That way you can get on top of this little open hole here. So just follow the path up here. Just keep double jumping and flame jumping up. Follow through the doorway and take a right hand turn, and another right hand turn. Once you get through this hole in the wall, make a left, and you're just going to jump on down, make a left here and just jump down, and follow in the back here these containers, just jump over them and you'll find another human. Pretty easy, guys. Over halfway done. Not doing so bad. I think these are pretty easy so far. Don't really need anything special for that one either. Alright, moving on to the next human. We'll be in the Drowned District. Same area, just a little bit further on. You'll come across this Volgrim. Basically, you will advance a little bit further on and you'll be going through some buildings. And you'll come across this cherry out here. No one of them bastards. So once you see that area, you will know you're close. And you have to come through this area to progress this story anyway. So once you come down through this area, you come to this hole in the wall. Ain't a lot of loading times, of course. Always loading times. Anyway, you'll be going through the hole, and if you end up looking up, you should see that there's also webs and a doorway, and that is where your human is at, in that room. So I'm going to be progressing through this area here for you. Go all the way to the left hand side here. Just follow this path around. You'll be going through this way anyway to progress, so just double jump, fire jump up here. Follow the pathway here to the left hand side. Just follow the staircase up through the left, and you could just double jump, flame jump into that doorway right away and burn as you jump in there, but I ended up just swinging across a couple times, locking onto it, powered up with my fire salvation throw. Ended up getting it that way. And I ended up screwing up this jump here, thinking maybe I could just, double jump, fire jump into it, but it hit the ceiling here and jumped too high. So that didn't work out so hot. What you're going to want to do is just use that first swing and just swing diagonal as best you can at the doorway, and then just double jump into the path. So a bit of waste of time here, and I apologize for that if that's any inconvenience for you. Just going to follow the path around again, try it again. Some of these can be kind of a pain in the ass to get. Like that swinging tree one can be a bit of a pain in the ass to get the adamantium for that chunk. That's another pain in the ass area. So you just got to double jump into here, follow through the hole, and you will have another human. It's as easy as that, guys. Alright, moving on to the next human, you'll be taking that pathway up and around to the bridge. And once you cross this bridge, you'll come to this end area over here. As you can see, this is where I'm at. I'm at the end of the bridge. And you'll come across another Vulcan station as well. So you'll be following this path around and continue the story anyway. It's another one of them in your ways that you cannot miss, humans. So once you crawl through this tunnel, you will be at the end basically waiting for you to save them. So just follow this path through here, and you'll already hear him once you get to the end of the vent area. So you know you're definitely close to one, and he's right over here to the left hand side. So don't walk by that, make sure you turn around and he's right there. Another pretty easy guy to find. Moving on to the next one, which is also another one you cannot get until you are at the end of the game. Basically, you have to have your stasis hollow after beating Gluttony. So once you beat Gluttony, you'll come across this area. You'll basically be by the teleporter, by the cargo bay, the ship, which is right before you fight Lust. You can take that spawn and turn around and go by that hole that the Kraken's at, and you'll run across the swamp area, and you'll come across that area, and you will just follow this path through and all the way into the back here. You have to do all of this to get on top. I'm showing you the steps required to get on top. The human's not in the back here, but you have to do all of this to get on top of the roof here. So you'll basically knock that block to the back. You'll jump up here, and you'll follow the path around, and you'll have one of them little creatures. You have to just, use your fire to stun them, knock them down here, and you will follow him all the way over here to this little bit of awning. So move him over here, double jump on top of him, double jump on top to get to the roof here, and then you'll follow and do this hole and take a right hand turn here, follow all the way on to the left, and you'll find another human. Not too bad. Just remember, you cannot do this until, excuse me, you don't even need Gluttony for this. I was thinking about the chunk, my bad. But yeah, you can do this right away. So make sure you do that. Now we're in the underwater area. This is what I was talking about. It's kind of jumpy here, and I apologize for that. This is progression area. You will come to this area eventually. Once you get all the way through the water area, you will have a sword to collect to open up a doorway. And once you open up that doorway, you'll follow into the water. You'll follow this path through the water, and you'll come to these blocks once you're underwater that you get to make a staircase with. And once you come up from that water, you'll come to the left hand side over here, and you'll hear a human just jump up the side of these walls, climb inside here, and you will have another human. Like I said, I apologize for me not showing you from the start to where it's at, but you'll be coming to this area to progress as it is anyway. So make sure you just do what you have to do to find that sword. There's all kinds of alternate pathways in the open water area, so just explore that, go find that sword. You'll be able to open that door and go underwater and follow this path. You eventually come to this area, so make sure you climb up here before you move on and destroy that wall. And once you destroy that wall, you'll come across another Vulcan station up ahead. Excuse me. So you'll come across this area as well. There'll be a Vulcan station around the corner, so if you come across a Vulcan station without finding a human, you know you've moved too far. Alright, moving on to the next human, we will be in the tracks area here. Now this is definitely way more into the game and progressed. You will definitely be coming back to this area. This one you for sure need to beat Gluttony. So after you beat Gluttony, you can just come back to this area, which isn't too far before you fight him, and you'll need the Stasis Hollow to jump across and to get into that little wall jump. You'll be swinging into the Force Hollow so you can get to the ball, and you'll basically be rolling yourself across the ceiling. So make sure you beat Gluttony before you come to this area, because you cannot access it any other way. To just jump off the walls, you'll use your Force Hollow to come across the ceiling. Make sure you turn right, and into this room is another human. Also, there is also a wall here you gotta destroy with your Force Hollow before you can even get in here. Make sure you destroy that wall, come inside, and you'll get your 17th human. Not too bad, guys. Almost done. Almost there. The pain in the ass is almost over. Alright, from the sewage egress area, we will start from this area and move outward. This one is literally right here. As soon as you come out, you will need your stasis hollow to get up here yet again. So get your stasis hollow, just do your wall bouncing, jump up here, do a nice little load time, and you'll be destroying the barrier in front of the doorway here, and you'll find another human inside. Not bad, guys. We're 18 out of 20, almost done. Only got 2 more to go. And these both, well, one I should say, is right along your pathway to finding, and the last one shouldn't be too hard to find either. So another one of the bad ones, I didn't know where I could spawn to find a good spot, so he is right here. This is kind of a hidden little area, and I will backtrack for you. And there's also a demonic artifact right in front of this guy. So I'm going to backtrack a bit. I'm going to show you how I got up here. You will be advancing in this area, and this is the last area in the game. This is the Scar area. So you will basically be progressing through that gate down there, right? And you'll make your way across here. You'll be turning this thing around here, and you can wall bounce to those stasis areas to get up here. And you'll follow this pathway all the way to the left-hand side, and you will see another stasis area for wall jumping. So make sure you jump up here, and you'll find him with a demonic artifact in front of him. Now, there are only 2 humans located in the last area, so keep that in mind as well. So basically, he's behind this wall. You find him, and that is that. And I'm pretty sure there's only 2 humans in the area before that also. Last area, guys, kind of jumped ahead again, but I'll show you where I'm at. Don't worry. Basically, you'll come across the area where we're riding some platforms down to the next area. Once you start riding platforms, you will know you are to the last area, and you will also be getting a chunk of adamantine. So once you come to that area, you will see this horizontal grinder and this other grinder, and you basically use your stasis hollow on your salvation to slow down the grinder, and you'll be able to climb on down here, and you'll be able to get your last human. I'm going to back up here, and I'm going to back out of this hole, and I'm going to show you better where I'm at, where these lifts are that you have to ride down here to be able to slow this thing down and get your last human. That should do it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped anybody out. Anybody who's confused and lost on any of these areas, they can be a bit of a bitch to find. I will see you guys next time on my Darksiders 3 achievement guide. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel to support it. I could really appreciate that help and support right now. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.